But boxing is about opportunities. And when you look at the fighters on this card, obviously headlined by the legend Bernard Hopkins, by the middleweight world champion Peter Quillin, and by the hottest fighter, emerging superstar in the heavyweight division, the undefeated Deontay Wilder. You look at those three names to see Wilder, Quillin, and Hopkins on the same card. And then you look at who they fight, with Karo Murat, with Nicolai Firtha, and with Gabriel Rosado, three guys who know that this is their opportunity. The kind of opportunities fighters are waiting for. Now, you guys might not be familiar with Karo Murat. Some of you are familiar, of course, with Nicolai Firtha, and many of you are very familiar with Gabriel Rosado. But these three guys have the same in common. They know that a win on Saturday night will be a life-changing moment for them, and that in itself makes it that much more makes them that much more dangerous. Now, Hopkins knows that. He's a veteran. He knows that he prepared well, and so do Quillin and Deontay Wilder. That's why I expect great action at the Boardwalk Hall this Saturday. Zachary Ochoa. He's going to be fighting against Michael Doyle. And I'd like to quickly ask Zachary up to the podium to just say a few words.
Thank you, Richard. First of all, I want to say thank God for bringing me here today. And I want to say that it's an honor to be fighting on Bernard Hopkins undercard, because since young I've always looked up to Bernard Hopkins. Not because everybody, oh, it's Bernard Hopkins, Bernard. No, because of his lifestyle. He's a very clean person in and out the ring, and that's the reason why he lasts so long in the sport. He doesn't only rely on his talent, because he does have talent, believe it or not. He relies on his basics. He goes back to the basics of boxing, and that's what a lot of fighters are missing out now. And you know me, I'm the type of person that I go to the gym every day. I work on my basics, I work on my talent, you know, because you got to keep everything sharp all the time. You know, I feel good. I want to thank my team. I want to thank my trainer, my little brother, for supporting me for this camp, because we train hard for everybody. No matter who it is, any opponent, we don't sleep on anybody. And I want to thank Golden Boy, Bernard Hopkins, Asa De La Hoya, Richard Schaefer, and everybody for giving me the opportunity to fight on this card. And I want to thank all the beautiful writers, the media, and everybody for coming out and showing support, because without you guys, our stories won't be going anywhere. Our stories want to be around the world, supporting other people and giving people opportunities, you know, and inspiring people like that. So I want to thank everybody, and God bless you.
What a well-spoken young man. And we make sure you watch his fight on Saturday night. It will be shown on Showtime Extreme. Before, with Deontay Wilder, we have we have the most talked about young American heavyweight. He is quickly establishing a following. I was with him in England at his last fight 2 fights ago, and he really captured the Brits as well. He was afterwards, he was down in the lobby, and there were huge lines of Brits taking pictures and autographs, and wherever he goes, he really knows how to capture people and capture their imagination, and he just has that charisma, that personality, and yes, he can fight. And so here, he is going to be on Saturday night fighting Nicolai Firtha. Nicolai Firtha is a decorated amateur who fought his way to the U.S. Olympic trials, winner of the USA, Ohio State, and NABA USA titles. He faced off against quality opposition like Alexander Povetkin, Tony Grano, Tyson Fury, and Jonathan Banks as well. And so he knows what this opportunity means for his career. And when we asked him if he was interested and willing, he immediately jumped on the opportunity. It's a pleasure now for me to introduce to you Nicolai Firtha.
Wow, New York City, happy to be here. This is where everything happens. I love it. I love the people. I love the action. I love the spotlight. I love being in front of the camera. Boy, it seems like it was just yesterday. I was watching pay-per-view fights with De La Hoya, Fernando Vargas, and Felix Trinidad, and Ike Corte, and now I get to fight on one of his fight cards. That's amazing. That's amazing in and of itself. And geez, what a blockbuster card. So I tell everybody back home that not only am I having a big fight, yeah, come watch me fight, but but it's a blockbuster card. So that's what I think is really super, and kind of really adds to the luster of the fight. But so just an honor to fight on a De La Hoya card, and it's interesting because kind of the way he represented himself, the way he spoke, the way he handled himself, and the valor and the bravado that he had in the ring, really what drew me to the sport. Didn't start the game until I was about 20 years old, and had some amateur fights, and now here we are. I wake up in a hotel room, and I'm right across the street from Madison Square Garden, so this is a dream come true. And so really, and from a fighter standpoint, I'm fighting a guy from Golden Boy Promotions. My guy is 29-0 with 29 knockouts, none going past the third round. And from a fighter's perspective, it doesn't get any better than that. I love it. I invite the opportunity. What a huge challenge. And like I said, from a fighter's perspective, it doesn't get any better, Dad. I'm just tickled. So just really happy for the opportunity and look forward to it. It's going to be a great night. Look for a great fight on Saturday. Thanks so much.
Thank you. Very well said. Deontay Wilder, the Bronze Bomb Squad, is in the house. As I said, one of the most charismatic, forget about the heavyweights, irrespective of weight class, really one of the most charismatic fighters, obviously one of the most fun fighters to watch as well. And people are asking me, well, is he ready? When is he ready? I says, well, he's ready for anything. Anyone. I mean, he's not going to overlook anybody here on Saturday night because he knows you don't do that, and that would be very dangerous. But he's ready for anyone. But right now, he has a challenge ahead of him, and that challenge is Firtha. And I know he's well prepared. He's the ultimate professional. It's a pleasure now for me to introduce to you the undefeated American heavyweight, Deontay Wilder.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm going to have to adjust this up a little bit.
Sorry, you don't have to. We got you.
All right, how y'all guys doing? All right, I'm going to tell y'all right now, one day when my name is being announced, everybody that's in that building will stand and applause, because one day you're looking at the next heavyweight champion of the world. And that being said, that everybody loves American heavyweight, and I'm definitely going to bring that back to America, where it once was and it once was held, and it's coming back. And you're looking at that guy. I promise you. Stay patient. That's the key, and we're coming. Nobody else is doing what I'm doing. I'm gonna keep knocking them out. And also, you just like the opportunity to fight here, to be fighting here finally on the East Coast. Been wanting to come on this side for a very long time. Finally in New York. What better place to be? It's just exciting. I'm super pumped. I'm super excited. I iterated many times that I love my job, man. Even though it's a dangerous sport, it's dangerous business that I signed up for, but I love this job, man. I love it. I don't see myself doing anything else but knocking people out, It's a great job, man. It's a great job. Taxes sucks, but it's a great job, man. And just like to thank Golden Boy, I'd like to thank Al Heyman, Shayla Pringle, Mark Greenland, JD's, all my team, my whole team that's behind me. I like to thank those guys, man. It's been a great journey for me. Also like to thank Firtha, man. Great guy. This time last year, my birthday was yesterday. Thank God for that. I'm not big on birthdays. The only thing that I always tell myself, I'm just glad to see another birthday, man, because a lot of people don't get an opportunity to see, not even just, yet alone another day. And then you talking about another birthday come around. So I'm blessed to have opportunity to see myself turn 28 years old. And I was just with Firtha and the Klitschko camp, man, and and we interacted with each other very well. Everybody, it was a great camp, man. Everybody got along well, and I got an opportunity to see him in action with the Klitschko's as well, man. Tell you, man, the guy, no matter what people say, you know, people always go about people's records and stuff like that, man. Like I tell people, you never know how a person would feel when he get in that certain fight with a certain guy. You know, everybody feel different. He may have his, you know, the mojo on this fight come around, you know, especially with all the things I have, knocking everybody else out, and he accepted the fight. You know, when many guys turned it down, you know, don't want to fight me, don't even want to see me in their range, man. This guy's, you know, took that offer and said, seen an opportunity, and said, and I read what you said. You said, Wilder hits hard, but it's something that he's never been hit, and I'm coming to do that, and I respect that, man, for him to say he's coming to fight. He's not coming to lay down, and that's what we need. We come to see that. And one more thing before I go, it's definitely a big pleasure to be fighting on the card with Bernard Hopkins, man, legendary Bernard Hopkins, man, and the things the men have done, man, it's been amazing. And then the thing that really gets me with him, the age that he is, and fighting such younger fighters than him, he still each and every time go, you know what I mean? Forget the knocking out. He go the distance with the younger guys, man, and that motivates me even more to get in the gym. Like, man, this man doing it at the age that he's doing it. Nobody in the world has no reason or no excuse not to be healthy or not to be walking around with a grudge on it so far as fitness part, because you're living witness right here each and every time you get in the ring. And also, you know, to be fighting on the call with my man Peter Quillin as well, two great champions. One day, when you see us again, it'll be 3 great champions. Thank y'all, guys.
He is a Philadelphia fighter, and I think that says it all. He's a Philadelphia fighter. He will come to fight, and he will come to win. That's what Gabriel Rosado is all about. Always exciting. He had his most recent bout against Jay Leon Love in May, the MGM Grand in Las Vegas, which was concluded to be a no contest. Just a terrific person outside of the ring. But we know that when Gabriel Rosado fights, it's must-see TV. And he knows, I talked about it earlier, about capturing the opportunity at hand. And he knows this is an opportunity, and he knows that he will give Peter Quillin the biggest test of his career. It's a pleasure now for me to introduce to you Gabriel Rosado.
First and foremost, I just want to thank God for another day of life. I want to thank Golden Boy for this opportunity, and Kid Chocolate for giving me an opportunity at the world title. You know, it's crazy how things play out in life. You know, I remember being in training camp for the first time with Bernard when he fought Kazagi, and never did I think I would have an opportunity to fight on the same card, because I thought that by the time I got to that point, Bernard would be retired. But he's still here kicking ass. And it's crazy how that played out, you know, and I'm just blessed to been able to be around Bernard in so many training camps and learn old school boxing, you know what I mean, which is a lost art now, you know what I mean. So I'm blessed and privileged to have that opportunity. You know, I had a shot at the world title already, and I fell short. But you know, I didn't put my head down when I lost that fight. You know, I knew I belonged, and I knew I just needed one more opportunity. You know, and here's my opportunity, and I made the best of it, man. I had a great training camp, great sparring, and I'm at a point in my life where I'm growing up as a man and as a fighter, and mentally, this is the most prepared I've ever been for a fight, because, you know, I understand the moment, you know, and sometimes you take moments for granted out of immaturity or whatever the case may be, but, you know, I learned from Bernard on taking care of your body outside of the ring, and it's just not what you do in the camp, it's what you do outside of the ring, you know, and that's very important, and I did everything I had to do outside of the ring to stay focused for this fight. I'm ready. This fight's in Atlantic City. I'm undefeated in Atlantic City. it's like a hometown fight, man. It's like a 45-minute ride from Philly. A lot of fans are gonna be there, showing love and support, and I'm not gonna let them down. I'm willing to go through whatever it takes to be victorious this night. I'm telling you, I'm willing to go through hell, whatever it takes, and I'm ready for that. So thank you for the opportunity, and I can't wait.
I think he is the total package. He can box, he can bang, he can take it, and outside of the ring, he's one of the most charismatic person you could meet. It's an honor for me to introduce to you the WBO Middleweight World Champion, Peter Quillin.
How y'all doing today? All right, let's first and foremost say the reason why the sport of boxing is dying because the way y'all clapping like this. It seems like y'all not excited for this fight. This is a tremendous fight. You got Bernard Hopkins, a legendary guy, you know, giving inspiration to a lot of people that they can do whatever at whatever age. So I think y'all should be more excited for that. You know, not even that. We got a, you know, American heavyweight over here telling y'all that he's gonna be the next champion, and he's American. You know, that's the American dream right there. You got a tough challenger, Gabriel Rosado, who's gonna come and try to take my belt, something I worked so hard for. You got guys that's from overseas who's gonna try to do the same thing. And we can't ask for nothing less than that, you know. We got so many proud people like, you know, Golden Boy, Showtime, you know, my team, you know, Hookem, Rafi, Eric, you know, Al Heyman. We got so many people. Kelly, I got something for you. Hope you can catch it. There you go. You know, this is, I'm not going to come up here and get y'all, well, this has been the hardest training camp ever. I could just say within this training camp, I learned so much more about myself and who I am as a fighter. And from the time I met Bernard Hopkins, who's been placing wisdom on me, well, let's just say knowledge. It ain't wisdom unless you apply it to your life. So, you know, I'm very humbled with that. And, you know, all those words that he's given me, I hope Gabriel really took that to effect because, you know, it really can help him. And I'm not taking anything away from him because, you know, nobody's struggle is grander or better than the next person's struggle. Whatever I've been through in my life, I don't try to say that it makes me better than a person. It makes me better as my own person. And I think everybody's challenge in life and everybody's purpose is just to find who you are and being comfortable with that. And I'm very happy to be in front of y'all and letting y'all know that I mature not only just as a man, but as superbly a lot of things that I endure. You know, as a champion, you can just say with problems, you can call it championship problems, or, you know, what you're trying to be for your wife, championship husband. You know, all these different things when you're a champion, it just comes more magnified. And man, I'm just super blessed. And I think my journey has been one to remember. And, you know, me believing in myself has got me where I'm at, you know, through all the hard times. I never said I was the most talented fighter in the world. I can just say I'm the fighter with a lot of effort. I'm willing to try it all. And not only that, you know, I haven't fought in Atlantic City, and me and Gabe haven't never fought in Atlantic City together. But I can guarantee you that if he did fight me in Atlantic City, he wouldn't be undefeated no more. And I'm just telling the truth, and I'm just being honest, because you know why? My bumps in the roads only just got me better as a man and better as a fighter. So every time I step out there, I fight with all that passion, all that pride. And unfortunately, I'm not from Philly, but what the important thing is that I hope that I could touch a little kid that's living through a struggle and tell himself that he's not able to get the things I get. I'm gonna tell him, yo, no matter where you're from, Philly, Chicago, Grand Rapids, Brooklyn, you're able to get all those things if you work hard for it and you believe in it. So I think that's the special thing about me is that wherever I go, I touch people in a special way. And, you know, Billy, you know, I got a lot of love for him because he's one of those trainers in the sport that got a lot of passion. So I know that Gabe is ready because Billy's not going to let him come up short. And, you know, I'm not trying to say that I'm going to knock him out, I'm going to do this. I'm going to just do me. And I'm trying to be the best at doing me. If I feel like that, then I only got to let myself down. You know, the fans are important to me, but if I can't allow to do things for myself, how can I do it for another person? So I think that not only when a fighter come up here, especially when Bernard get to come up here, y'all got to clap a little louder because we trying to bring the sport alive. You know what I mean?
They're showing the age.
Yeah. Oh, they're showing the age? Oh, man. There you go. I like the guy with the suit on. Shout out to the suit. Yeah,
They want to clap,
yeah.
but when you show the age, they don't have the age. They don't eat right.
Y'all got to eat right.
They lazy.
and y'all lazy. But most importantly, if y'all wanna give interviews with us and get interviews, man, y'all gotta be a little bit more excited. It doesn't feel right to come up here and talk with somebody that's doing this.
Y'all got the easy job.
If it was you in my shoes right now, wouldn't you want people to clap? So treat people like that, man.
I
You know what I'm
love
saying?
America.
This is
I love America.
This is super, man, to have a fight like this. Man. Guys like Richard, he inspired me to wear a suit, you know what I mean? Because, you know, I got to show my business aspect. Because Bernard told me best, in a ring, you got to be a fighter. And when you step outside that ring, you got to be a businessman. All right now. You know what I'm saying? So I'm making sure with this fight, not only I'm going to pay all my people, you know, my training camp has been tremendous too. I put a lot of money into that, a lot of investment in that because I believe in myself. But most important, I'm going to pay my taxes and sit down on my accountant. So look.
Pay them first.
Yeah. So you always gonna not be able to explain something that's doing something like I'm doing. They can't explain what I'm doing. I'm just gonna keep doing it, and I hope y'all just be support what I'm doing. Support Gab, support Bernard Hopkins, Nazim Richardson, who also teach me a lot of things. Deontay Wilder, Zachary. You see how that young guy right there, how he was speaking? Do you get guys like that speaking at his age? You know, that's inspiring guys like me to want to keep doing what I'm doing. Because I looked up to Bernard too, and I'm hopefully can touch a guy in a special way where he's able to, you know, strive for what he do. So all you guys, thank y'all for coming out. Thank y'all for representing me.
To be able to witness Bernard Hopkins at this point in his career doing a mandatory title defense. Would there have been more lucrative fights out there for Bernard? Absolutely. But we all know from his historic reign as a middleweight champion that money was never the motivating factor for Bernard. For Bernard, it was history. Bernard knows when you win a belt, you don't just give it up. You go and defend it. And that's what this fight is all about. For Murat, it's, as I said, an amazing opportunity to not only fight for a world title, but to fight against a legend like Bernard Hopkins. And I know he's energized, I know he's ready, I know he had to take a little detour there, he had some visa issues, but now he's here to prove what he can do, and as I said, that makes him extremely dangerous. Pleasure now for me to introduce to you a fighter with a record of 25-1 with 15 knockouts. His one loss comes at the hands of Nathan Cleverly, former WBO world champion. His last 2 wins have been by way of knockout. He has been a professional boxer since 2006, and as I said, he's going to try to make this his night down in Atlantic City. It's a pleasure for me to introduce to you Karo Murat. I can translate. Okay. If you want. Go ahead.
Möchte ich schon alle herzlich begrüßen. Ich freue mich, dass ich hier in New York bin, das erste Mal in meinem Leben. Ich habe schon immer geträumt, hier in Amerika große Kämpfe zu machen, vor allem gegen Bernard Hopkins.
Welcome everybody. It's the first time for me to be in the United States. It was my dream of mine to come and eventually fight one day here in the United States, particularly against somebody like Bernard Hopkins.
Ja, ich hatte nicht viel Zeit, die Tage. Ich habe mir den Stadt angeguckt. Es hat mir riesen gefallen. New York, große Häuser, hat mir wirklich viel Power gegeben.
I was just doing a lot of sightseeing, looking at these skyscrapers. The city of New York is absolutely amazing. I'm really enjoying my time here in New York.
Ja, es sind noch ein paar Tage. Ja, es sind noch ein paar Tage bis zum Kampf. Ich freue mich riesig. Ich bin in sehr guter Form. Und ja, ich will jetzt hier nicht viel Großartiges reden. Meine Fäuste, die sind trocken und ich möchte sie endlich fliegen lassen.
Yes, there's only a few days left. I'm well prepared. I am ready to go. I'm excited. This really motivates me to be here.
Ich hoffe, das wird ein sehr spannender Kampf. Ich freue mich alle, dass ihr hier seid und das macht riesen Spaß, in so einer großen Show dabei zu sein. Ich Ich möchte meinen Promoter Sauerland bedanken für diese Zusammenarbeit mit Golden Boy. Und leider, wir sollten schon am 13. Juli kämpfen, aber der Kampf wurde aufgrund meiner Visum abgesagt. Aber ich wusste, dass ich großes Potenzial habe, um große Kämpfe zu machen, vor allem nach Amerika zu kommen, die Leute von Aliens zu befreien.
I want to thank my promoter, Wilfred Sauerland. I know we should have had that fight in July. I had some problems with the visa, but here I am. I know that this will be an exciting fight. I'm coming to fight, and I have been waiting for this opportunity to fight here in America, and I will not let it go.
Ich möchte alle herzlich bedanken und kommt alle zu dem Kampf und guckt euch das an, wie ein junger Kerl, der aus Deutschland kommt, den Bernard Hopkins seinen Titel abreißt und mit nach Hause nimmt.
And make sure you're all going to be there and you're going to witness how a young boy from Germany is going to come here to Bernard's home turf and is going to take the title from him and take it home.
I don't think so.
Ich möchte euch alle danken.
Thank you very much, and I will knock Bernard Hopkins out. No, you didn't say that. Bernard. History, history, history. It's like never ending. Breaking your own records, that's what it's all about. And after all of these years, 8 or 9 now, when the over-under was, what, 6 months? They told us we're going to be together 6 months, and here we still are, and going strong. Yeah, exactly. Stronger than ever. My relationship, my friendship with Bernard, I think, is better than it ever was. And first and foremost, just as a fight fan, as a sports fan, as somebody from the general public, I enjoy being part of this. I enjoy being able to say, I've seen him fight, I was there with him, he's my friend. I've been at those events. I mean, this really is an absolutely amazing moment we are living in for Bernard Hopkins at that age to be able to perform at that level. Nobody thought that would ever be possible. One man who was behind it is his trainer, who's been with him for a long time. His name is Naseem Richardson. You all know him, and it's a pleasure for me now to introduce to you Naseem Richardson.
Assalamu alaikum. I'd like to thank Richard for that warm welcome and appreciate everybody coming out here. We really appreciate that. And I look down these aisles and I see these. I watch a lot of these young guys grow up. The brown bomber and chocolate and Rosado. That sounds like a dish. So you know they're gonna mix it up. You know what I mean? And Billy's done a great job with this young guy. I've been able to travel abroad and work with the Soderling group also. They're top notch. But I want to speak to something, and these are just names, and the reporters can sort out the people when they hear the names. When I see names like Danny, Sharif, Malik, Bernard, Kelly, Lisa, Richard, Oscar, when I say these names, and you recognize what I'm talking about as I pull it together, I can't call a trainer and ask him, what did you do with your 50-year-old fighter when he's getting ready for the championship? You have to ask one of these names, how did you guys, and what did you do when you were getting a 50-year-old guy ready for a world title? Why? Because this is unmarked, uncharted territory. This has never been done before. So that's why Richard emphasizes history. But sometimes we take it lightly. There's nobody, I can't call, you can call the greatest trainers, the Buddy McGirts, Freddie Roach, anybody. I can't call anybody and say, hey, what did you do with your 50-year-old guy when he was getting ready for the title? Because it's never been done before. So you have to ask these names I just said, because they have been involved with a man that's nearly 50 years old, fighting, not just fighting, but fighting at world championship level.
I got
And
14 months, man. I got 14 months, man.
man, you 50. If you got $700, you can say 750. You right there. This joke over 50 years old. But like I say, he's not embarrassing himself. You've never seen a Bernard Hopkins fight, win or lose, and so mainly losses. You've never seen a Bernard Hopkins fight where you can't find somebody in the room before Bernard Hopkins won that fight. That means he's competitive at every stage in his business. He's been competitive. We're getting a little loss here. Bronze Bomber, no offense to you, because this kid will knock your eyebrows off. But we're starting to lose the understanding of what boxing is. I'm watching certain people get on networks and down talk young kids who are trying to box smart. Why would you ever stop anybody from doing something that is intelligent? That's just, it's showing you how ridiculous things are getting. You see a man box intelligently.
It ain't they son.
But like I said, I watched him badmouth a young boy and the young kid was boxing smart. He should turn it up and do this, and he should turn it up and do that. I watched in the last fight, and I was responsible, in the Cloud fight. We got into around the 6th, 7th round, and I saw some things in Cloud. I saw some chinks in the armor. Excuse me. I saw some chinks in the armor. I got a fight almost 50 years old. I'm going to tell him go push the envelope. Now he go out there and push the envelope against a young undefeated champion that can punch, get hit in the mouth, and we look like the dumbest team in the history of boxing. And then you guys who write, you know what you're going to write. Why? That you had to fight right there. You had to fight one. Why did you push the envelope? There's a time for things. Come Saturday, it might be time to push the envelope. I take nothing away from Karo Murat except for the victory that's coming on Saturday. Tough young man. You can't underestimate a man like this because you don't know everything about him. He comes forward, he comes out of that sport where he got kicked in the face, so he know a punch in the face ain't gonna mean a whole lot to him. You know what I mean? So what I'm saying is, I have an intelligent boxer. Let's not tell these young guys that what he's doing is wrong. People can decorate it and try to say, well, he's grabbing, he's this, he's that. You swim without getting wet. The art is to hit and not get hit. That's right. To box smart. You're gonna say, I'm gonna make this money that you can't count. I'm gonna make that, when you putting your daughter out the backyard and reading the bedtime story to your dog, you know the fighting got mixed up a little bit.
Okay. You want to count your own money, you better tell.
So what I ask you to do is, I ask you to appreciate the art form that still exists in boxing with this particular pugilist, with this particular athlete. I ask you to watch, study, and understand this is the art form that we've come to know as boxing. Boxing, not fighting. There's a whole nother sport if you went out there, you know what I mean? But this is boxing. And I ask y'all to support this man and recognizing why he's here. We often always wait, and then we want to say, oh, we recognize, we recognize. You know, go up, hug these guys, let these guys, you know, here, grab a ticket, come support these guys now while they're right here and they're active. Because this guy is such a legend. You don't want to have to get old and lie to your kids and tell them you was at one of those fights. Right. I mean, he's going to be looking for that ticket stub. So I appreciate your patience and I appreciate your support. Please come out Saturday and watch this great.
Bernard is, you know, I mean, what else can I say? You guys know all his accomplishments. You know that he is, without any question, a first ballot Hall of Famer. He's going to be he's one of the greatest fighters to ever lace him up, and is continuing to make history, continuing to break his own records, continuing to establish records which I think will never be broken. And we are living in a great time that we can see a Bernard Hopkins, a legend like that, the same night when you're going to be able to see a Peter Quillin, the middleweight world champion, or one of the emerging young stars, Deontay Wilder, guys who will carry the sport. To see all of that in one night, I think is what makes this night at this event so special. It is truly an honor to keep on being able to do that, to introduce to you my good friend, the legendary Bernard Hopkins.
thanks everybody for coming, and also welcome to America, everyone. You can understand English, right? Okay, and also Richard and Nazim touched on it about the future in the boxing, and especially Golden Boy, the promotion part of it. Y'all are the future. Y'all are holding the game up. Rosario and the younger guys. I mean, I'm here making historic fights when they can happen, and the bigger the name, the bigger the event. We understand that. It's not hard to figure out. But obligations are obligations. And if I want to stay in the race at this stage and being as the most dangerous fighter on the planet, even at 48, the belt seems to be the carrot that the young guys will want to have. If you're in the game of boxing, you want to win a championship, and then eventually you want to make some money, like us. So I am also supportive of put a good show on. You know, Rosario and Kid Chocolate have an opportunity to really steal the show, because if my partner who's going to be in the ring, my dance partner, is not going to come from Germany to really come and put it all out there, because it's an 8-9 hour flight back, then the undercard is so great. The co-main event is so great with a championship fight, the WBO Middleweight Champion, which I enjoyed having at one time. It's in good hands being in Kid Chocolate's hand. The middleweight division I left is in great hands with other champions out there, but I believe, and I'm biased, that we have the best middleweight in the world. Period. And we also got the future heavyweight champion in the world that's been such a drought in America. I really believe that. And most of y'all here that know me normally know my predictions and what I think and see and feel as a fighter, as a businessman, as a promoter. My predictions is over 80% right. I'm coming to defend my title and look for bigger things next, not later. And I understand that it's some that will want me to slip on a banana Saturday night, that will want me to not take Karo Murat seriously. You know why? Because like the Art of War that I study reading, I study listening to my articles. You ought to get that tape, Art of War. Sun Tzu, Vicious. Some of the great people read and listened to those messages and strategies that you can use in life and in athleticism and war. But I realize that I live in an era in my boxing career that should have been over James Toney and the Roy Jones era. But like I told Nazim and I told many people, I'm of the world, but I'm in the world, but I'm not of the world. Oh, what do you mean? Okay, you heard the alien, you know that stuff. I really believe that. What else and how else can you explain it? Not on drugs, live right. Y'all wrote about it way before I became 48. So go back in your archives, look at the writing 5-10 years ago. You weren't even going to read what you wrote when I was 35, when they called me old, when I was fighting down Madison Square Garden. He's old. It's getting old that I'm saying I'm old. I mean, no, seriously, but I understand, because I know when you look at people and people look at you, they can't really understand something that they don't understand. And when the next person, and most people are lazy, and they see somebody else that's not lazy, he has to be doing something. There you go. I understand sometimes human nature. One of the creatures that's unpredictable to live amongst other creatures on this earth, that's the two-legged one. He or she could be vicious, unpredictable. A lion do what a lion do. Shark do what a shark do. You're in the water swimming, she'll get eaten. It's a shark. But that two-legged one, oh. So I'm only doing what's special that the greats have done before me in any sport. hit, not get hit. That doesn't mean run, that doesn't mean be boring. But I know the era that I'm living in, and I gotta blame the UFC and the MMA too. Because when that sport really got big, it only been around less than 10 years, right? Think about it. People go see that. I don't blame them totally. But they go see that, knock down, drag out, oh my God, we live in a really violent country. We talk about shootings over there, you know, that's schoolrooms and all that, but straight up, we like blood. We like violence. And that's why those type of events are so great and so enticing and so entertaining, because who don't want to see two drag out, knock down fight for $5 if you buy a ticket? It ain't your son, daughter, husband, wife, so who cares? Your nose by your ear. But what I understand about boxing, the sweet science that I believe have sort of been put out there for the younger guys to understand that that's irrelevant. Some call it TV friendly, that means bang each other, be an exciting fight. They dress it up, make it look different. But really it means don't duck. It means that if he hits you, don't duck, you try to hit him. And whoever gets tired of hitting each other, that's who wins. But even if you do that and you follow that script, when the time comes when you got to count your money behind your accountant, so at the end, you lose anyway. So when Gabe comes up and said, I've been with Bernard since he was in his early 20s in different camps. When I love both of these guys, I just hope they put on a great show and the best man win. And the judges see what they see and give it to the right guy. Same with my fight. But when I look at these guys and they come, the heavyweight or anyone else, they come to me all the time. I need your number for all kinds of things. Some days I can't touch. It's called torture of interference. I understand the law. But I'm caught between, and again, you might say, well, you're going off a little thing. No, I'm coming back. I'm going to tie it together. I always do. I can't be in a position when I came on Golden Boy to be something that I said I wasn't going to be. If I have a clear glass of water and a polluted clear glass of water, and they come to me and they'll take what I give them, I got to give them the clear glass of water. That's just me. Ain't no money, ain't no favors, ain't no I want to be with this and we with that going to constrain me for that. I didn't sign on for that. That's not me. I was loyal in the streets when I was ignorant, and I'm just as loyal in the corporate world. You ride, I ride. You stab, I stab. In the back. So when they come to me, whether I know them or not, and they ask for that water of knowledge, I have an opportunity and obligation to give them the clear water, the pure water. The water is not polluted because I'm not polluted in this shit. So now when you stand out, and I use that fuel for the fire to stay on top. Won't you retire? You're almost 50. You jealous, envy, sucker. Who you talking to? Who you talking to? It's disrespectful to even look at me and then look at yourself, wherever age you are, and then look at me and say that you put me in your category. You fool. Damn right. I am different. I am not you. So what do you do if you're a smart man with your board degrees? You listen, you sit, you learn, you go ahead and you take something and you try to help somebody else. But first, before you do that, you change your own ignorant ways. Right. So, as they say, don't hate. I'm not looking for a big front page after I punish and then stop, because I haven't had a knockout since I fought my partner. I've been on an almost 10-year drought. I don't mind going 12, but I just happen to be on a drought. Maybe that's the age, see? I'm reminding y'all what y'all missed. I'm doing your job now. I haven't had a knockout since De La Hoya, 07, 06. That's a long time. Yes, it's impressive, good stage, going 12 rounds. That's impressive, but I don't want to go 12 all the time. I get paid for whatever rounds I go, so trust me, I'm trying not to spit on this drop. So now let the cat out the bag. I have to go and want to go, and there's no pressure. Just give me more incentive to do what I have to do. I'm chasing another sensation. That's a long time, y'all. 06, 07? Somebody's probably Googling to see if I'm right, but I know it's one of those 2 years. I haven't had a knockout since Oscar De La Hoya. 2004. Guys, why you say that? I said 7. We're in 2013, and I haven't had one in 2004, and y'all probably missed that. What I tell you about lazy? See, Nazim, they said, you know, they try to stereotype certain people of color like they're lazy, don't want to work, but it's a different type of lazy. See, the lazy part is, you want to worry about me, you can have my blood, my stool, my urine, and after that, what you going to do? Shake your head, crawl in the rock, and wait till you get something else. But when you're lazy, and you're not me, you can't understand. How you gonna understand me and you're lazy and you're not me? So you start finding illusions. You start saying, well, he got it. What do you eat, kid? Chocolate, what do you eat? Gabe, you know him. Well, what kind of juice he drink? Man, Bernard, man, he don't drink sugary waters, man. This guy, yeah, he gotta do something. He has to do something. They get frustrated. But if y'all both, the young fighters, before I leave, and anybody else that will hear this, if they write it the way I said it, and I'm hoping they do, but I'm not putting my life on. If you take a page out of every champion, from myself to the Mayweathers and to the past, to the future, to everybody, the things that you see that can help you in your career, that is called being multi-talented and doing a whole lot of things. If you learn how to box, learn how to slug. If you learn how to slug, learn how to run sometime for the next round so you can get them the next round. The thing is smart. You have an opportunity, Gabe have an opportunity, y'all young. And don't take this as disrespect, even you, the future heavyweight champion of the world. And if you have a clear mind, even the older ones can listen and understand what I'm ready to say, because I'll close it with this. Even the young guys is so important. When you go to any event or any challenge, especially boxing, if you can learn the game of chess, of the sport and the sweet science of boxing, you know the chess to play in. But if you learn the chess compared to just learning checkers, and you can learn to play chess and boxing early, where you don't have to wait and go through suffering and go through things that you have to get experience to be able to find out, oh, now I don't know how to play. If you can learn chess early in your game, you will be the Bernard Hopkins now. You will be the Floyd Mayweathers and the great few of them now. Why? Because you learn the game of chess. But when you get in a big fight, and you're going up against us, and you're going up against others, you bringing a checkerboard to a chess game. There's a whole new different outlook.
Big problem.
The pawns are used as sacrificable lambs. That's why they call them pawns. That's why you got troops. You got the ground troop. You got the air troop. You got the water. Sea, they call it. There's a reason why these situations are set up. So when you learn a game of chess compared to checkers, I guarantee you will learn something that I didn't get to learn until late, but you will learn early. So I'm even giving y'all something now early that y'all can be as advanced as the De La Hoyas and myself and others that came in our era. Learn the game of chess early, then wait until you get that 10 to 15 years experience in. You will be so better off when you know it. You'll be so talented when you know it. And you'll be mega superstar because you'll be so advanced in your peers. You understand? Because they still got their checkerboard. Some of them will soon become chess players, but they will endure so much, good and bad, before they get there. It ain't a shortcut. It's just getting your grades early and understanding early. I'm coming to show y'all that not only am I different, And I don't get tired of doing what I do. Cops don't get tired of being cops because they love what they do, but they risk their lives. Troops love to do what they do because they love what they do, even though they can lose their life. So I'm here. I love winning, opportunities to win situations. I don't hate money. I want to get paid like everybody else want to get paid. You know, if it was $15 million or $5 million or $10 million here to fight somebody that everybody here don't be excited about, and maybe I'm a 10-5 underdog, or maybe this, that's something I like. I wouldn't say, hey, I'd rather keep the title. No disrespect to the IBF. I am a business man. So don't get it twisted. Don't get misconstrued by anything, because I got so many belts at home that if I ever need a sugar boost where I can go and say I got belts lined up in the trophy case, about 20 of them, literally. So I want y'all thinking that I chose. It's the rules. I'm a guy that like to follow the rules for 20 defenses and 10 plus years of being a middleweight champion that nobody in history will come through and beat while I'm living. But I got an opportunity to hold on to something and defend something until something else come up. I'm an alien. I don't get old if they're waiting for that. So it's a chance I might see a 60-year-old. I'm going to wait him out. I'm going to push him to the corner. Because it ain't just being an alien because the mask look good or it's a good hook. I thought about that at 3 in the morning after seeing the shrink. So I got to push him to the brink. If it was $1 to fight him, y'all see me up here promoting like I was getting 20 million. Why? I got a history of doing that. Because I got a better plan. See, close with this, definitely. I'm going to keep it a little clean. Use your imagination. There are sheep at the bottom of the hill. It's an old joke. But it's a wise joke. And I'm at the top of the hill. And I'm a wolf. I can either run down excited to get all them sheep that's in one pack, or I can walk down slowly and have patience, wait them out, back them in the corner, and screw all of them. But if you run, you hear the noise, they do what? You use that in life and use that in business. You might think you're losing. You might think they're winning. But if you just have patience and understanding and be able to fall and roll no matter which way it go, you can screw all of them. I have track record of doing that. There's some people in here who can bear witness, even they might not have been with me, but they understand. Some HBO people, some writers, some everybody, they ain't here, they'll tell you. You ain't got to run down and scare the pack because they're going to hear you coming. You take your time. That's knowledge. And you get all of them. And they're all in one pack too. You don't want them to do this. You want them to stay there, so that means you got to walk soft. The art of war. You thinking one way, they thinking another way. They think they're thinking the way you thinking, but you're not. That's knowledge, and that's what I take in the ring. Ray Robinson and Sugar Ray Leonard, in this era, the way y'all want it to be, most of y'all, they'll be considered boring fighters. Ray Robinson, Sugar Ray Leonard will be considered boring. Why? They're not TV friendly. Why? Because they smooth when they don't get hit, and their boxing ability would be like, oh man, that wasn't exciting. Why? One guy beat each other guy up because he used the art. Ray Robinson and Sugar Ray Leonard, the greats in this era, the way they structuring it, will be the boring fighters today. And ain't that a damn shame?
Amen.
You telling me that that's cool? Stick to the art.
Thank you, Bernard. Very much.